Hey everyone, it's Reed Stiles reporting to you live from Deal City. It's another fine day in deal land. Continuing to look at oil and gas deals, my spreadsheet continues to evolve and improve. I want to show you the platforms that are on the spreadsheet. I want to show you the data that I've been sorting and show you how to use it. The goal of Deal City is to provide a one-stop shop for all the oil and gas deals that are found on the internet, the marketplaces, the different platforms, the different brokers that are out there, just trying to unify them to save you time. At the same time, I want to elevate some other platforms you may have never heard of. So it's providing an opportunity to market to new platforms, to find new deals, and to bring awareness, because ultimately, the more deals that you can sort through and find, the more likelihood of you finding a great opportunity. Today, I want to show you the spreadsheet. So kind of the different fields that it offers. So this is the spreadsheet that you can get on my Substack. That's dealcity.substack.com. I also have a website. It's really basic right now. It's dealcity.org. And I have an email, dealcityshow@gmail.com. It's also shown at the top. So when you're looking at the spreadsheet, I'm offering these opportunities to actually add support at the top. I'd like to put my premium sponsors at the top. If you're interested, email me. And then I'm also going to have a premium platform flag here that'll provide a link directly to the platform. And I think people will find it valuable. The goal is always to be free for the users. Ultimately, these platforms are giving out their deals and information for free. You don't have to pay to review deals. And so I do want to keep it free for everyone to some degree. But at the end of the day, I have expenses. I need to be supported. So over time, I would like to offer opportunities to either be ad supported, make it easier to find your deals, maybe give you a little flag on here, and some other opportunities like creating content with you and spreading the word about your platform. So if you want to get in contact with me, DealCityShow@gmail.com. Let's go from there. Already reached out to quite a few platforms, getting a lot of good feedback, and obviously just want users to get in here and use this and give me some feedback on what do they like, what do they not like, how can I improve, right? Because we're dealing with a lot of different platforms, a lot of different data sources, and trying to just mash them together in a way that makes it easy for you to use. The first thing I want to talk about is listing ID. A lot of websites use listing ID. You can actually drop this into their search. So if you go to EnergyNet, search their listings, and type in this listing ID, it goes directly to the deal. Some websites don't actually use that as openly. It's not as obvious which deal ID. If we're looking at Sayer Energy Advisors, they actually have like a little number, but then also kind of something at the end of their URL. So if you're looking through some of their deals, you can quickly, come to a decision of, 150 long run exploration. That's the name of that deal. Either drop it in the URL, or when you're looking at their listings, you can know which one that is. We have a deal name and deal description also, which I've tried to create for each website. And some websites don't even provide enough information for me to really create one. So if it's blank, it's not that there's no description on the website. It's just that I didn't find a characteristic that made it easy. However, if I do have something like deal type for something like Simplex, then maybe that'll pop up and you'll know that, hey, they have working interest opportunities. If you're looking for those, go to their website. As I scroll down the list, a couple other things I want to talk about are TenOaks RedOaks and Detring. So they really don't provide a lot of deal ID information. You can go to their website directly and see that they have very basic descriptions, and you can request more information, which is great. I'm just going to try to put on here whatever information they provide, whether it's a mineral royalty or working interest. And then from there, you can dive deeper and get their own private information and go through their KYC process and go through their process to find the deals. So I want to continue scrolling down the list because I've added a lot of new platforms. So in addition to some of the ones mentioned, Energy Domain, EnergyNet, Sayer, Texas Royalty Brokers, TenOaks, Samuel Energy Associates, Mineral Hub, also have Detring and PetroDivest on here, Midcon Energy Exchange. This Midcon Energy Exchange is a really great website. I've learned more about them, gotten to meet them, excited to continue working with them. They do a lot of weekly auctions, so there's a lot of action. It's really exciting, and so that's why I'd point to the bids due column. So bids due column, what I'm trying to do here is summarize exactly when the bids are due, and if it's a continuous process or not. I'll try to put that in. Sometimes it's unclear on some of these websites how long the duration is. Maybe it just kind of stays up and until it sells, but they don't explicitly say that necessarily. But for a website like Midcon Energy Exchange, you're going to want to always watch and see like, hey, when are the bids due? for them, they've got an auction ending 6/4 of 2025. So all these auctions are, have about a week left. So make sure to log onto their website, check it out. Let me know what you think. Try to point out a couple other things. Where available, I will bring in the data. Sometimes it's kind of blank. So it requires me to either go in and read every single line and try to come up with a decision on what kind of deal type all of these are. And right now in its current iteration, I don't have a process for some of that. Some of the descriptions are too basic and I cannot pull that data. So it's possible you might miss if you come to a deal type and sort, for instance, mineral royalty or royalty, there's potential that this is not every mineral and royalty opportunity on all of these platforms because they just didn't provide enough detailed information. So if I missed something, I apologize, but I hope that you can see how quick and easy it is to sort between EnergyNet, Energy Domain, Mineral Hub, some of these other shops that have tons of great mineral and royalty packages quickly with this spreadsheet. So I'd love to hear your feedback, love to hear what you think, what am I missing? And then if you are interested in supporting DealCityShow@gmail.com, thank you again for your support. Thank you for watching the video. Looking forward to your feedback. Signing off from Deal City.